Mulishani Bonse, welcome back to my channel and welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Tembi Fletcher and I make eclectic videos and I'm so glad that you decided to stop by. So today we're going to be covering the final Kitchener style essence, archetype, and it is the exact opposite of the romantic. We're going to be diving into the dramatic essence. And I can't believe that we've come this far. Well, to be honest with you, I can, but I can at the same time. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, because it's been a long time coming. I decided to take on this challenge to be able to learn about the essences personally and also help women out there and hopefully men as well. I'm sure there are a few men who watch my videos to learn a little bit more about their essence, or essences rather, their essence blend. And I started with romantic. That was a few weeks ago, or maybe a month or so ago. And then I did the natural, I did the ingenue, the gamine. I also did the ethereal, and then last week we worked on the classic essence. Well, no, actually a few days ago we worked on the classic essence. And finally we're going to complete this series with the dramatic essence. So I'm going to be reading about this essence from ourfashiongarden.com as usual because they're very thorough and they're very easy to understand. And I'm also going to give you some summer fashion ideas or recommendations for this archetype. So if that is something that you're interested in, please make sure that you like this video and also subscribe if you haven't already done so. And let's get right into it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to take a dive into the dramatic essence. So let's get started. So I'm going to be reading this article right here. For those of you that might be watching my videos for the first time, I do look down, so I hope that you're okay with that. Anyway, what is the dramatic essence? Kitchener defines the dramatic essence as the most yang and theatrical style essence, which means that they might have sharp facial features, powerful energy, some intensity, and theatricality about them, and also look good in bold fashion styles. Right off the top of my head, if I were to think about somebody who really embodies dramatic essence, I would say that Naomi Campbell is one of the main ones for me. She just has this boldness about her, this drama about her, she has a sense of power when it comes to her aura. So she's one that we're probably going to be using as examples in this video. So the clothing lines for dramatics is everything bold, extravagant, exotic, and wild. There's a lot of influence of wild animals in this essence. So typically you really look good if you have this essence, that is, you're going to look good in a lot of animal print. You're also going to look good in sharp lines. And yeah, let's continue. As the way a dramatic can be perceived is like a dominant tiger or lion. You're very powerful. Also associated with the hunter gaze, most of them have. So I've got pictures up here. I'm sure you can see what we're talking about. There's just that gaze about dramatics that just intimidates you. You probably would, if you've ever come across or encountered somebody with dramatic essence and you see them really upset and they give you that gaze, yeah, you know they mean business. I think I have that gaze too, because I am in the dramatic family in the Kibbe world, so I don't know if I'm doing it correctly. Anyway, let's dive into the characteristics of a dramatic. It's important to keep in mind that you don't need all of these features to have dramatic essence. In fact, most of us have more than 3 essences, and I keep reiterating this in all of my videos. So yeah, the following information applies to someone who is a pure dramatic. Still, you might relate to some of the following characteristics. You might have dramatic essence, but you have other essences as well. So here's some of the physical characteristics. They will most likely have a dramatic Kibi body type. So just like the ethereal, I did talk about that. Quite a few, well, I wouldn't even say quite a few. Yeah, maybe, could I say the majority? I guess let me just say a large number of ethereals actually fall in the dramatic family. But the difference between ethereal essence and dramatic essence is dramatic essence is more, ethereal essence is more like you're pulled back. It's almost like you're drifting away from someone. There's that sense of mystery to ethereals. While on the other hand, dramatics are more like in your face. So it's kind of like, that strength and power. It's like a force to be reckoned with. All right, let's continue. They have a sharp body and long vertical line. So you're going to appear quite tall, and you probably have really pronounced features. So like high cheekbones, like myself. Of course, mine are a lot more rounded. They're sharp, but they're quite fleshy, so they don't appear as sharp. But you're probably just going to have that like really sharp line, like, you know, when it comes to your cheekbones. Also, you might have a really sharp Cupid's bow, sharp lips, and stuff like that. There's just going to be a lot of angularity in the way that you appear as a dramatic. You also have bold eyebrows, so they'll probably be arched, quite sharp, have some sharpness to them. You have high contrast between your skin, eyes, and hair. You might have feline looking eyes, just like I was saying, Naomi has those feline looking eyes. So yes, they're quite sultry, but they're more like, you know, don't mess with me, I guess. I need to stop. Anyway, you also have an angular jawline. You have sharp or pronounced noses, and I love that. I love dramatic noses. They're just so sharp. Mine is quite sharp, but it also kind of, you know, it's rounded as well. It has a mixture of both. It's not extremely sharp. And then you have thin lips, like I mentioned earlier. Personality traits that someone with dramatic essence might have. So you're going to appear confident. You're also going to be considered as an extrovert. So extroversion is your thing. You're not often introverted. You're also going to be considered as someone who is quite ambitious. You're very intense. Like I was saying, you have that intensity about you. You're bold. You're also quite impressive. And you're very courageous. I love that. I love those traits. Someone with dramatic essence will usually be intimidating to others. That is true. How they are usually perceived, even if they aren't that way. They have a heavy, powerful presence. They give the appearance of being angry or mean. True, because there is that, you just have a certain intensity about you that people probably misunderstand. They might think you're just super mean naturally. And I think my dad is one person who has strong dramatic essence, because all my friends were just, they were so afraid of him when we were growing up. And every time he'd show up, we'd all scatter. Because he just had that look about him, that fierce look about him. People always remember them, so you're very unforgettable. And that is really, really cool to have that unforgettable trait about you. Also, they're always noticed in the room, and people move so they can pass. I don't know. Well, okay. Like I was talking about my dad, I have seen people do that because he he showed up in a room, and it's almost like people, they didn't necessarily move out of the way, but there was just like this quiet, like just the silence in the room. Almost like everybody was waiting to see his reaction, like what is he going to do? So I do get that. I think that could be true, although I've never really met anybody other than my father who has really, really strong dramatic essence in person. So I don't know. Also, they're not approachable. Yep, I get that. And it's like they're dangerous. I don't know. You let me know if you can relate to some of these. And that's that. So now I am going to go ahead and give you some summer style or summer fashion recommendations for this archetype. I still can't believe we're doing the final one. It's pretty crazy to me. Anyway, for you, we're going to go ahead and just begin with the elephant in the room. Sharpness, sharpness, sharpness is going to be the key for you for this archetype. Wearing sharp lines is going to work beautifully for you because you have a lot of sharpness in your frame and in your features as well. So if you were to wear, let's say you wear a summer suit, because I'm thinking, can linen suits be structured? Okay, so I'm thinking about tailored clothing. This is going to look really, really nice and crisp and clean on you because you have a lot of sharpness in your features. So it's going to work hand in hand in bringing out that beautiful, powerful essence that you possess. And so I'm thinking, because suits, it's too hot to wear suits. So there's actually an outfit that I've seen online. It's kind of like a cargo type of suit. So it's a little bit dressed back, or just a little bit dressed down, but it still has that tailoring aspect to it. And it's like a vest, but it's almost it's actually asymmetrical. So kind of, my scarf is really soft, but the vest itself is sharp. It's got a lot of sharpness to it, and it's asymmetrical, and it looks really, really clean, and it's perfect for the summertime. So pairing that with some tailored cargo pants is going to look fantastic on you because of the sharpness in your features. Also, I'm thinking that you can wear really like structured clothing. So we're talking about just like the classics. You will look amazing in button down shirts. You can never go wrong with that. And also wear that with some tailored pants this summer. You can go for lighter colors in case you feel too hot, but even if you wore black pants in the summer, just as long as the fabric itself isn't really dense, it's going to work for you in the summertime. Pointed toe heels, are you kidding me? You're going to look fantastic. You're going to look really, really good. And you can even have some cat eye sunglasses on because of the sharpness in your face. Whew, just, you look so regal in that. I think you're going to look really, really regal in something like that. Also, jewelry, anything geometric is going to work really, really well for you. And so go for clothing that, let's say we add geometric accessories to an animal print, like a leopard print. I was going to say, I keep recommending slip dresses because I feel like these work on anyone, but let's talk about just a maxi dress, something that is quite tailored. The fabric is pretty stiff. That is going to look really, really amazing on you. Same thing, tailored shorts are going to look fantastic on you this summer. It doesn't matter the color, depending on your color season. So we're talking about tailoring. Think about tailored dresses. I've seen this really beautiful, it's almost like it's not asymmetrical, but it's cinched in the waist, and then it has an A-line bottom half, and it's just the most magical dress. I actually wish I would look good. I'm sure I can pull something like that off, but of course I have to add some softness to it to be able to make it look really good on my body type. But for anybody with dramatic essence, just those beautiful tailored dresses just make you look so expensive. They make you look so regal, so powerful. It's just, ugh. I'm starting to wish that I had dramatic essence. By the way, the last video that I filmed, I did disclose my essences. So I took the test, and my essences are romantic, ethereal, and ingenue. So contrary to popular belief, and even myself, I don't have dramatic essence, which was shocking to me. It was quite shocking. I think only one of my answers was dramatic. So I guess I have a little ounce, but I'm thinking that's because I do fall in the dramatic family, you know, soft dramatic, could be body type. So anyway, that's information you never asked for, but you're welcome. And also something else that I'm also thinking is, ooh, so you can wear something a little bit more relaxed, but just as long as there's an element of structure to it. So everything for you is all about sharpness. It's all about boldness. It's all about just looking really clean and polished. So a very clean look. Almost, and I guess I would say you can play with classic clothing really, really well, but you need that extra pizzazz because you have a sense of drama to you. So you're the type, your essence is the type of essence that does really, really well when it comes to trends. So just like the gamine essence has that dramatic aspect to it. And that allows gamines to be quite creative as well and to play around with trends really well. And so the same goes for you because of the boldness in your essence. You can wear trends really, really well. So you could be the type of people who add peacock feathers in your outfits. You could wear all kinds of asymmetrical type of clothing. I'm thinking for you, Rihanna is a really good example of somebody who has dramatic essence. Of course, she has other essences as well, but she plays with her dramatic essence really, really well. I'm sure you've noticed that she's always playing around with fashion. And that is your advantage. You have the ability to be able to just be as bold as you want and do whatever you want when it comes to your style. And I would recommend that you give yourself that freedom to be able to play around with different types of fashion. And of course, if you just want to keep it nice and clean and crisp and polished, be my guest. You're going to look absolutely dashing, or rather dazzling. You're going to dazzle, baby. So that is that. And I don't think there's much of anything else that I can share about this essence. All you really need to focus on is being authentically bold as you are. If you want to do rock and roll, you're going to look amazing in that. If you want that rock and roll type of vibe, that is going to work for you. And also if you want to go a little bit more androgynous and stick to men's type of styles, you're actually going to look great in that as well. And not even necessarily look like a man. You're just going to look like a powerful woman because you embody that powerful essence. I would say gothic vibes work well for dramatics, but it really all depends on what type of picture that you're trying to paint. Because honestly speaking, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I wouldn't recommend that you go full on goth on a daily basis, like, oh, I'm going to go to the store and just look, have my really dark heavy makeup. But if that is basically what you're trying to accomplish, then go for it. I can't stop you. But I would say just adding elements of the goth aesthetic would work pretty well with something, you know, juxtaposed to that. So something maybe that's a little bit more polished versus everything just looking super grungy. But all the same, like I'm saying, these are recommendations. They're just suggestions. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do with their lives or with their fashion or their closet. So that is that. And I think that's everything that I had to share with you. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy that I'm done with this series. And this doesn't mean that I'm not going to do anything else concerning the Kitchener essences. We're going to be diving into both the Kibbe and the Kitchener essences, as well as the color seasons. So as time goes on, we're going to, I hope to do more research and even come up with more ideas, so that way we can keep on learning and growing together. And so, yeah, we've now come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you found this video helpful. And I'm so grateful that you decided to go on this series journey with me, all up until the end of it. And I'm really grateful for that. So thank you. Anyway, I've got the giggles. I think I'm really tired, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. And I hope to see you all in the next one. God bless. Bye. Bye.